Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Putri Wulandari, and this is the video for midterm test of Sociolinguistics, Part 1, Style Shifting. What is style shifting? Style shifting is the practice of adjusting one's speech style depending on the social context, audience, topic, or setting. It reflects how people adapt their language use in response to different situations. Style shifting occurs when a speaker changes their language style, such as vocabulary, pronunciation, grammar, or tone in response to different social contexts. For example, a person might speak formally when giving a presentation at work, but switch to casual slang when chatting with friends. These shifts are often unconscious and show how language is flexible and responsive to social situations. It demonstrates our awareness of what kind of language is appropriate for different audience and settings. This is why do people style shift. The first is fit into different social groups. People often change their language to match the group they are in, which help build a sense of belonging and solidarity. The second is express identity. Language use can express who we are, where we come from, and what groups we identify with. And the third is show politeness or respect. More formal styles are often used when talking to elders, teachers, or authority figures. And the fourth is adapt to formality and informality. Different situations require different levels of speech, such as casual talk with friends versus job interviews. Types of style shifting. Number one is formal versus informal speech. Switching between polished, structured language and relaxed conversational style. Number two is casual conversation versus public speaking. The vocabulary and tone used in academic or business settings often differ greatly from that used in casual conversation. Number three is regional versus standard dialect. For example, a speaker may use a local dialect at home but switch to standard English in a formal setting. Number four is code switching in bilingual speakers. Bilingual or multilingual speakers often switch between languages depending on who they are talking to and what they are talking about. Key concept in style shifting. The first is audience design, adjusting speech based on who is listening. Developed by Alan Bell, this theory suggests that speakers shift their style based on who is listening. The speaker adjusts their language to match the audience expectations, backgrounds, and relationships. Number two is attention to speech, more formal style when people are more self-aware. This theory argues that people speak more formally when they are paying more attention to how they talk, such as during interviews or public speaking, and less formally when they are relaxed. Number three is identity expression, showing group membership or personal identity. Language is used to show personal identity and to connect or distance oneself from specific social groups. Style shifting is one way people express their sense of self and belonging. Example of style shifting. Example one is talking to a friend versus talking to a teacher. A teenager might use slang and abbreviation when texting friends, but write in complex sentence in an email to a teacher. Example two is using slang at home but avoiding it in a job interview. A speaker in a multilingual, someone may use formal English during a job interview, but speak in a relaxed tone with colleagues during lunch break. Switching from local dialect to standard English in formal settings. For example, 3, a speaker in a multilingual community might speak their native language at home but switch to English at school or work. Sociolinguistic studies. William Leboeuf's research in NYC department stores shows how people shift speech style based on class and context. Style shifting is also studied in terms of ethnicity, gender, and age. One of the most famous studies on style shifting was conducted by William Leboeuf in the 1960s in New York City. He found that workers in department stores changed their pronunciation depending on the social class of the store's customers. This showed that people unconsciously adjusted their speech to fit perceived social norms. Other, stu- Other studies have shown that style shifting is influenced by factors such as ethnicity, gender, age, and education. Importance of studying style shifting. First, it reveals how language reflects social behavior. Second, it helps understand linguistic diversity. The third is important in language teaching, speech therapy, and sociolinguistic research. For the conclusion, style shifting shows that language used in flexible and socially driven. People change how they speak based on context, identity, and audience. Understanding this helps us appreciate the richness of human communication and the social power of language. That's all for the part one. The next is the part two. The part two is dialect. Dialect. What is a dialect? A dialect is a variety of a language spoken by a particular group of people. It includes differences in pronunciation, grammar, vocabulary, and usage. Dialects often reflect geography, social, or cultural identity. A dialect is a specific form of a language used by a particular group, often defined by regional, social, or ethnic boundaries. It encompasses pronunciation, grammatical vocabulary, and vocabulary. Standard versus non-standard dialects. Standard dialects are generally considered the norms in formal communication, such as education and media. The variety of a language that is typically used in formal settings, such as in education, the media, and official documents. It is often viewed as more prestigious and is thought as the correct form in many societies. Non-standard dialects are equally rule-governed, but may be seen as informal or less prestigious. These are dialects that deviate from the standard form and are often associated with informal or local speech. Despite being considered non-standard, these dialects are just as valid as rule-governed as the standard variety. Non-standard dialects carry significant cultural and social meaning. The third is all dialects are valid and systematic form of communication. Regional dialect. Regional dialects are linked to specific geographical areas. This dialect evolved as community from distinct ways of speaking, often influenced by local history, culture, and other factors. For example, is American English varies by region, is Southern, Midwestern, Northeastern, etc. And for the British English regional dialect, there are Cockney, Yorkshire, Scots, or Liverpool, etc. Each has unique accent and expression shaped by local culture and history. Social dialect. Social dialects are based on social factors like class, ethnicity, gender, and age. Different social groups may develop distinct way of speaking, which are sometimes referred to as sociolect. The example is gender and age-based. Dialect or speech patterns can also vary based on gender and age. With younger people or women sometimes adopting different linguistic features compared to older men. The last is ethnic dialect. For example, is African American English, reflect cultural identity and community practices. Dialect and identity. Dialects are powerful markers of personal and group identity. They reflect where a person is from, their cultural background, and their social affiliation. The second is they signal where a person is from and their social background. And the third is people may shift dialect to fit in, resist authority, or express pride in their heritage. Dialect prejudice and attitude. Number one, people often have biased attitudes towards certain dialects, associating them with intelligence, trustworthiness, or status. Number two is this attitudes can lead to discrimination in education, employment, and media. Number three is sociolinguists challenge these stereotypes by showing the legitimacy of all dialects. Sociolinguistic research on dialects. Linguists like William Labov have studied how dialect variation correlates with social factors. Research shows that dialect usage is pattern and predictable, not random or incorrect. Understanding dialects helps promote linguistic diversity and inclusion. Research by sociolinguistics like William Labov has shown that dialect variation is not random but follow predictable patterns, often influenced by social factors such as class, age, or ethnicity. Lab of studies, such as his research on pronunciation in New York City, demonstrate how people adjust their speech based on social context, showing that all dialects are equally valid and systematic. Understanding Understanding dialect variation helps challenge stereotypes and support linguistic diversity in society. It also shed light on how people use language to navigate social structures and cultural identities. The conclusion is dialects are a natural and important part of language variation, reflecting the diverse social, cultural, and regional identities of speakers. All dialects, whether standard or non-standard, have their own system of rules and reflects meaningful social and cultural differences. By studying dialects, we gain deeper insight into human communication and the role of language in shaping social relationships and identities. That's all from me. Sorry for the mistakes and thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.